Okay, so we're back at the same house that I showed you guys the other day, and you can see what it looks like after a professional painter has come in and done a nice bead of caulk here. Caulk doesn't look as white, but man, it sure looks nice to have a nice clean white bead. And just look at the difference that makes. Without even spot priming it, without even painting it, already improved the look and the protection of your largest investment. So there's a little bit of caulking. And you can see caulking is not something that just stops down at the baseboard. We're going to go ahead and, oh man, I love that sound. That's called the scrape, sand, and prime. Don't paint over loose paint, that's the key. We don't, you shouldn't. Make sure that all the loose paint's off your house. Again, the goal of pressure washing, like we said yesterday, is just removing the grime. If you want to strip your house, you should pay to have somebody strip it. But you want to get the grime off, and then you want to focus on the caulking and scraping, sanding, and priming. And that's what our main guy is doing right here. And here we go with the same prep work. We're going top to bottom, left to right. And basically what we're going to have is these two painters. And this is something that, whether you're doing it yourself at home or hiring pros like UT Student Painting, it's always a good idea to prep the first side together and then have somebody go ahead and do the main body paint and sort of chase the other guy around the house. So you can see here where they're starting at opposite ends and working towards each other. That way nothing gets missed, and then you've got a prep guy ahead of the paint guy. And that's it for today, and I think it for prep. So we will see you again when we're putting some paint on the house. Here we are back on the job site, and let's see if we can't catch the guys in action. So here's our painter spot priming, just like we discussed in our last video. You can see where he's caulked. Done a good job of caulking and spot priming. And he's going to keep working his way around the house. And back here is where you can see the prep before spraying. So right there is the tarps, protect the beautiful deck we're going to stain. And that's our spray rig, safely and securely on some drop cloths. You don't want to put it on plastic for a variety of reasons, but the main thing is you want it on something that, like a drop cloth basically. Okay. So here's some spot prime. And then we go with the spraying. See how he sprays and he clicks it, but keeps the gun moving after he clicks? He does that because if you just click it and then stop, you're going to end up with a line where you stop the sprayer. So you want to keep your arm moving and click the gun off kind of at the end of your motion and follow on through. Top to bottom, left to right. Windows prepped. Spot priming. Wood putty and caulking. You can see the wood putty there a little bit, but we haven't finished with that. We're going to spray around it and let it dry. And then we'll come back and do some sanding. And we have a little bit of wood putty right there. And here we are doing the spraying, top to bottom, left to right. That's Dallas, making sure everything gets a nice, good, thick coat of paint. So he's going to work his way down the ladder and across the side and around the corner where our buddy Brian was doing the prep. And so that's basically day 2. Day 1 was prep. This is day 2 where you get it all sprayed out, you finish your prep, and we'll see you soon.